coffee mug falls off the shelf and rolls toward the void. "Steady," says Maladanto. His voice is deep and rich, and more intimate than you've heard it before. He's ex-service, the only one of the crew with any military background. Used to fly shuttles, back when they needed human pilots. "We're making history today. Don't fuck it up." Bach lifts a hand to wipe her brow, actually draws the back of her hand across her faceplate, then lowers her arm like she didn't even notice how crazy that was. The wind dies. The doors open as far as they go and halt with a sound you can feel through your feet. It's hollow breathing and nothing else. For minutes, everyone holds position. The standard video skips this. You see the doors open, then contact. Because it's 4 people just standing there. What's to see? It turns out that White swallows repeatedly. He closes his eyes for 10 seconds at a time. At one point, Bach says, under her breath, "Shit." So quietly it's barely a word. A tremor starts in her left leg, enough to wobble the suit fabric. You see these details, and they matter. Maladanto says, "Where are they?" Up in the command station of this little plastic suitcase is De Veers, watching the monitors. He's the youngest of the 5, and when Maladanto ordered him to take the helm, he protested, because he wanted to be down here in the breach chamber with them. But only briefly, because De Veers is irrepressibly good-natured, with a grin that never goes missing for long. He's going to die in about 4 minutes. "From what I can figure, 2 starboard, 1 aft, 1 port, 1 below," says De Veers. "Don't think they've noticed that we opened the front door." For 3 days, they've been tracking a half-mile-wide brown rock. All they know about it is it's full of holes and moving like it has some control over where it's going. 10 hours ago, it began to angle toward Coral Beach, as if noticing them for the first time. 60 minutes ago, it exuded 5 small, dark blobs, which sailed across the darkness and stuck to Coral Beach's hull. Since then, the crew has been tracking them mostly from the sound, which is a clunk, 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 like someone's walking around out there. To your left, a woman stiff-legs it toward the exit. It's tempting to join her. But Maladanto, Esperanza, Bach, and White are there with the breach door open, and you're struck by how they didn't have to do this. At any point, they could have decided to pull out and leave this to someone else. Even now, they could have closed the exterior door and pulled Coral Beach away. And maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe by this point, their fate was sealed. But even so, they stood together and faced it. So you're staying too. "Okay," De Veers says in your ear. "Seems like they noticed. All 5 unknown objects converging on the breach chamber." You see their hands tighten, the skin crease around their eyes. Esperanza takes a little step to the left, which gets him out from behind Maladanto. And you think, yes, as if there's still a chance. Then he steps right back where he was. You hear someone moan quietly. There's an urge to blame here, to say, "There, that's what went wrong. That's why it happened." Esperanza's positioning, Bach drifting away from the door. There must be something, a mistake without which it would have turned out differently. Surely it didn't have to be like this. A vibration. Low impacts coming through the hull. De Veers's disembodied voice. 10 seconds, boss." Maladanto says, "We don't know what we're going to see. Neither do they. Let's nobody turn this into something it doesn't have to be."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.